What's up, guys? It's your boy, back at you with another video. For those of you who don't know what this channel is, this is basically me developing my first game. Just to put it into like one sentence. You get me? And today, basically, I just wanted to talk. I've been overcomplicating, like, what video should I do next? Should I do a tutorial? Should I do a devlog? Should I edit it a bit? But I was just like, you know what? Let me just open OBS and essentially to show you guys where we're up to so far, because I want this channel to literally be me developing the game. So I'm gonna do like, basically I'm gonna do these videos once a week. So every week I'm gonna, what day is it today? I'm not sure what day it is now. Now it's Friday. That's good, actually. So every Friday I'm going to do these videos. I'm going to try and keep them short, under 10 minutes. They may increase in length. Depends on what people want, but for now, I just did a video before this about this. I just did this video. But basically, like, the music was too loud in my game, so like it was flooding. People would have left the video in the first 10 minutes, I was thinking, so I thought I'd do this video again. So essentially, guys, I'm developing a top-down zombie survival extraction shooter, where your character is actually a dot. You're a dot. So right now it's called .z, but I'm not sure if I'm going to run with that game. I've had some other ideas since, but essentially you're a dot, and you spawn into a randomly generated map with randomly generated weapons and items, You get me? The zombies, and you have to get in the map, get your loot, hoard it what you can, survive and escape through an exit door. You get me? So it's kind of your generic extraction shooter with this slow-paced, top-down, clunky feel. But also I want it to kind of be like an IO game, so it can be played kind of fast too, maybe. You get me? We'll see where it goes. But essentially I'm going to open the project now. There isn't much in here, I'll be honest, but if I can show, like, from day one, this is what it looks like, and maybe people can put me on the right path with certain things. I might be able to even find help through here, because honestly, I'm getting better at Unreal, but I'm not fully experienced. So I'm learning on the job, essentially. So although, like, I feel like this time around, because I've built this project out a few times now, this time around I feel like I've laid my foundations a little bit better, and I've just got a bit more understanding of what I'm doing. So there's that. You get me? But this thing's difficult, guys. This game design thing's not easy. You know what I mean? So basically, enough talking now. I'll show you where we're at, and we'll do some more talking. So I'm just gonna press play, and this is my menu. So you have the option to survive. There'll be some other options here, but this, I tackled this problem first in my last games, in my last versions, but this version, I went straight into the weapon system. I went avoiding nothing this time. Straight into the weapon system, and I got stuck. So, right now we'll go in and we'll explain. Oh, first of all, little spoiler there. I just want to turn down the music, if I can remember where I've put the music. Yeah, maybe because I've got like this background music, and it's stolen essentially off YouTube. So I just want to turn it down. It's here. So we'll put the volume on this at like 0.15 or something, like nice and low. You get me? Hopefully that was the right way. I ain't even got my headphones on right now. There's no menu music or anything yet. Everything's bare minimum right now, guys, but it's coming in due time. You get me? I've been spending a lot of time procrastinating these last few days over filming videos rather than doing work, I'll be honest, but let's get in there. So, survive. Get me? Now there'll be music, but you probably won't even be able to hear it. Yeah, now I feel like the music's too quiet. Just give me one sec, because I need a little atmosphere, you get me? Just a little atmosphere, even though it is stolen. So, 0, 2. Maybe now we can hear it. If not, it's fine. So basically, you're a dot, right? This is the dot. You know what I mean? And we made a couple changes due to a YouTube comment recently, and that was to stop the camera spinning round. I'll clip a little clip of that now. You get me? So we fixed that. So essentially in here, you got your little quiet footsteps and that. You can grab what you want. You can only hold one weapon. I'm trying to make it realistic-esque. So you can only hold one weapon whilst you've got no storage. Drop that. You can use all the gunshots, might be a bit loud, but you can use all your ammo. Run out of ammo, drop the weapon, pick it back up. All the data's there, so that side's sorted, you get me? Same with all the weapons. The pistols had the most work on, so we'll choose the pistol for the next demonstration. The problem, well, the cool thing is, actually, before we talk about the problem, is there's a rucksack in the game where you're going to be able to pick up extra stuff. So now you can pick up like 5 of these pistols here. See, there's no space left. I've actually got 5 pistols, you can see in the top left. 5 pistols in this array right now, but the pistol don't disappear because I'm figuring out issues, and the issue is, right, now I can drop all these pistols, including the one in my hand. So I drop all the pistols I've just picked up in my rucksack. So the problem is, I've got the basic bullets to demonstrate. No bullets left, right? The problem is, this is all the same pistol. You get me? And the zombies heard me. That was another thing I was supposed to demonstrate. The zombie heard some shit. You get me? And come out. So basically what I'm doing is storing the class of that weapon in an array, and then when I drop it and pick it back up, I'm picking up one of those. But the problem I'm having is, guys, I can't seem to figure out how to differentiate between the different weapons now. It's one of two things. Either I'm literally selecting that specific weapon again because it's a class and I'm just generating the same weapon, or it's me and I can't figure out how to ask Unreal, is the current weapon I'm holding, or is the current weapon I'm overlapping the same as one of these ones that's stored in like an array? So for example, I could drop the weapon but it stays in the array for like 60 seconds until like it like despawns. So if I go back and overlap that specific weapon, and it does, I know the node really. It's kind of like you get your array and you're like, does it contain or find item or some bullshit like that in the array? And then, but I can't get it to plug in properly. Like there's always a roadblock, and if you're into game design, you know what I mean? There'd just be some random roadblock. Like I can't get into details right now because I can't demonstrate, but the zombie's trying to kill me, you get me? So that's one problem. So I basically can only have one weapon right now, and that's just partly because I'm stubborn and I'm refusing to just literally follow a tutorial. Secondly, because the tutorials are bullshit. Find me a tutorial, and I've looked, which actually shows you how to pick up the same instance. I mean, pick up the same item and store it as like 2 different instances in like an array or something like that. I ain't found anyone who actually does that. There might be some highly detailed inventory system video, but I can't find it. And I've looked, but basically I might have just missed it. Hang on one sec, I think I can hear my children crying in the background, but my girlfriend's with them. So basically that's an issue, which a skill barrier I need to follow. I need to surpass that issue, because that needs to be figured out essentially, so we can pick up more weapons. So anyway, the base layout is there. We've got the weapons, we've got the rucksack, and all the information is ready to be passed around. I'm just struggling with some stuff. So there's that. So we've got this extraction door which has a timer in the top left, which you can see. And essentially, if you're running away from the zombies and trying to leave the map now with your loot, you go to this and it takes you back to the menu and over time I'll form this into kind of like a home screen, you get me, where like you can see your progress, a simple thing. Oh, what just happened there? Just fell through the floor. So we got an error, call function, spawn out to base player. I'm not sure what it's talking about right now, but it's fixed. Just need to get a bug like live, well it's not live, but in the video. So yeah, that door, basically, you can't really see it right now. I might have a better example, guys. Let me just quickly look and hope we don't pass anything suspicious. So we got this door we're working on. This is it in Blender. I was working on this the other day, trying to force myself to do a little bit of game art. So I'll show you why we're here. This is a double door, it's just miniature. This is the actual scale of the door, but I had to make it bigger because Unreal only lets you zoom in so far. So I had to make the door bigger to work on it. So this is going to be the door. And it did have an exit sign above, but my computer crashed and I lost the exit sign. So it's going to have an exit sign above the door which glows. And that's going to be the door you escape through. But basically, let me stop this and open up. Let's open up my test level so I can zoom in on the door a little bit. I made this in Blender first. It's literally just like a mock-up of a door. So it's got a frame and everything, they're two separate items, so I'll be able to like animate it opening and stuff when I can be bothered, if I need to. I'm not sure if there's going to be like doors in the game, like, you know what I mean, like actual like things you can go through like that. It might not be necessary. There is going to be exit doors, but you might just spawn out. Well, I'm not sure like what's the best way to go about it yet. Obviously, the further I get into building the game, I'll understand where we're going with certain things, but I'll test out some stuff. So this is the door. You get me? So I don't know I'm not sure what I was just talking about, to be honest. So yeah, so we've got that door, basically. That's what I was talking about. So let's move this door out of the way. So yeah, also something that I haven't showed you is the weapons and your character randomly spawn in every time I press play. So it's just some simple code really. So you can see the characters on 3 now. So if I escape and then press play, now we're on 2, escape, press play, then we spawn on 5, and also the weapons are doing a similar thing. There's like invisible spawn locations for the weapons. So essentially I'm just going to make a map, sprinkle spawn locations over the map, and then everything randomly spawns. You know what I mean? Something along them lines. So yeah, we've showed the weapons, we've showed the rucksack, we've showed the door. Now for the zombie, I think there's one in here because it was making my shit run slow. So the zombies actually have hearing, as you can see. We just called out pets. They can die. You get me? You can run out of ammo quite easily. There'll be obviously some form of ammo. I'm not sure 100% how much detail I'm going to go into with that. But there will be ammo. So like, obviously, you get me? The zombies can hear you and they can see you. So if you get close enough. Oh, that's another thing I was thinking about adding is melee, guys. That went on purpose. This is just because of the physics. But I was thinking of adding melee in like a baseball bat and you'd be able to whack them like that, whacking them, sapping them, end his life. So that's the only 2 zombies on the map. No, there's more. There's more. So see, if you shoot, the zombies can hear you, which is cool. And if they're not doing any of that, they're randomly roaming. So I was kind of happy about that. So hey, there's a few zombies there actually. So let's spawn in now and go in here and get me, and then we'll shoot and show you what it looks like when... I have got a clip actually I might include, but it might look quite good here. So basically you can imagine when there's loads of zombies around you and you make a sound and they all come swarming towards you, but they don't head towards you, they head towards the last known location of the sound and then go and have a mooch. See that? Well, obviously and then there's a spring arm issue now, where the zombies hit me. So the zombies do attack you as well. We have health and stuff, but the attacks are a bit glitched. See, the attacks are going over there for some reason. Sometimes it does that, sometimes it don't. I need to have a look at it. So, like, I haven't finessed anything yet, as you can see. You get me? Zombies be glitching all over the place. You know what I mean? There's like 1,000 attacks going on over there. You know what I'm saying? There's no sound effects with the zombies or anything yet. But the fact that they're working is a goddamn miracle. You get me? So, also I'm still getting used to this new camera movement. Move upon me, zombies. Move from me. You get me? So actually it was quite good how they get close and it zooms in like that, almost like it was meant to be. You get me? Okay, so we're out of bullets now. So that's basically where we're up to, guys. You can get the general gist of where we're going. Dark, eerie, moody map. Bunch of zombies trying to kill you. Let me see if we can get rid of some. There's a lot of stuff I need to do. Yeah, we're gonna have like blood splatters all over the place. There's gonna be cool sound effects. There's gonna be like a mechanic to, if it's needed, like lean round corners. So you come here, press a button, your gun moves to the side, and then you can like get people. You know what I mean? There'll be items in the map, like there'll be barrels to explode to clear out hordes. There'll be flickering lights. There'll be foliage. So it's going to be essentially a cool little something to work on. You get me? This little, like, I like to call it manly feel, where it's slow moving, weapons, not hyper realistic, but just like realistic kind of, well, like symbolizing real life, let's call it that. So the weapons will be symbolizing real life, the fact that you have to have storage to carry stuff, the fact that it's going to be slow moving, you have stamina bar, it's going to be harder to kill zombies than you probably would like. There's going to be that. You get me? So a lot to work on, but something I am working on and I intend to work on next, guys, while we're here, is basically I'm going off a free tier system, so it'll be free of everything initially. So free weapons, free types of those weapons, free rucksacks, free types of those rucksacks, free character skins, free types of zombies, maybe even free maps. You know what I mean? Or free like types of maps, because there'll be this tiled floor, there'll be like maybe some carpet, and then there'll be some grass. You get me? But essentially 3 different types of maps like that. But it's gonna have this realistic-esque vibe attached to it, and setting kind of a universe for future games from me and the things. Hopefully, I'd like to say we, but it's just me right now. So there's a universe I'm thinking about, this apocalyptic space. You get me? And this is the beginnings. So I appreciate everyone who's rolled through for this video. I'm gonna call it a day now. You get me? Oh, what I was saying is, yeah, tonight I'm gonna be working on that the 3 different weapons. So there'll be I wonder if I've got like anything set up, because I was setting up some just behind the scenes setup the other day, at least in the pistol. Yeah, so here you can see I've got a gold pistol and a silver pistol, and with each pistol, this might pass over the beginners' heads, but we've got like 3 different data assets for each one, which is what holds the data. And then what else have we got? 3 different interfaces as well. So each one has an interface linked to it to say this is that one, and then they all have their data. But then I'm going to still have that issue of only being able to pick up one and not being able to pick up the second one. But I'm hoping at some point along this game dev journey it just clicks like everything else did. Yeah, because sometimes you have to force learning in this. You know what I mean? I remember with I've had a few things which really, the data assets was something I had to force myself to learn. I had to start a new project to learn data assets because I couldn't be bothered to go back and implement them into the last one. So many things, you get me. Saving the game was a big problem for me. I couldn't figure out for the life of me how to save the game. And I was like, every time I'm like, if I can just learn this next step, then the world's my oyster. And you do that next step and you're like, oh, now this. If I can just figure out this, then I'm gonna make my game. And then you start crawling and then you hit this next problem. But honestly, guys, I feel like this instancing issue I've got, it's still that last lingering bit of being a beginner, which I just need to shed. And once I've shed it, I'm good. And also I need to intermingle with some actual game designers, because everyone says hang out in the Discord servers. You can hang out in the Discord servers all you want, but um, it's hard to extract information from the Discord servers, to be honest. You get me? Because there's a lot of template using ass on there. So all the people who have achieved things aren't necessarily like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to call it. There's someone who's like proficient in all areas of Unreal and has a good understanding. So that's kind of rare to come by. That's what I'm aspiring to be, is like essentially a one-man machine. Not through necessarily saying, because I'll be super like good at everything, but super creative. If you can use these things creatively and make things work. Like I don't know if I said this in this version of this video, but it might have been the other version which I decided not to use. Essentially, my older projects, I got really far just off knowing how to use a boolean and set some like variables, like, and I didn't even know how to set the variables properly, and I got pretty far. Yeah, I mean, just getting creative, layering shit up. You know what I mean? Because essentially, once the game's out, people can't see the background. The background's important if you want to work with a publisher, and because your game might need to be rebuilt if it's that bad. I mean, I don't know how bad it could be, really, but if essentially it needs to be rebuilt from the ground up because you ain't got a single function or something, or maybe you can collapse things into functions, I guess. And also you can even go into your blueprints and add like, you know, like change, like, for example, a lot of you might not know this, but this is a little thing. I haven't tested it out, so don't quote me, but you can go and test it out and see if you can change shit. So if you go into something like, I'll go to like my pistol, because I like to use my pistol as an example for stuff. Say this is the base pistol, so for those of you unaware, when you're making things in Unreal, try and use like well, this is what I heard, and if you don't do this, I guess you should do this, because then it saves time. So you have like a base pistol, and say you want like say there's bare pistols in your games like Magnums, 9mm. You can have this base pistol, because they're all going to perform certain things. Well, I'm trying to think if that's a good example. Well, kind of. So you have all these pistols, and you need a base pistol, you get me? Or even a base weapon, and then you get the weapons from the base weapon. So you make a pistol, a shotgun, a machine gun, and then all those items have like things, children of them. So to do that, so from this base weapon, if I wanted to make like something that's linked to it, you literally create a child and you would make another pistol which inherits the information from this. So essentially all the changes I make in this base pistol, all those changes apply to all these weapons here. So in this base pistol, I don't know what's in here, to be honest, probably not much, because I don't need a lot in here, you get me, because all the information stored in my data asset and stuff like that. So in this one, is all that happens is it says is overlapping the base pistol. So it's just like a shell for me. But the point I was making is, say if I go into this gold pistol here, and you go to class settings and then come to parent class. This parent class says the base pistol, but also say you made your game really poorly because you weren't that good at Unreal yet, but you managed to get something out, and then you get a publisher and people want to come and work on it, and they look at your game and it's a mess. You can kind of reverse engineer these things. You could build out a parent system here later. You could be like, right, I ain't got any sort of hierarchy system. Well, that's fine, because someone smarter and better than you can come on board and start editing, like securing, just making sure your game ain't gonna stop working if someone clicks something. You know what I mean? I don't know. So essentially what I'm saying is, if you ain't started making a game, start making a game, because that's what I did. And like my first version of the game was probably the best one because there's most passion in it. Now it's just all, oh, let's make sure the code's nice. Yeah, man. But other than that, I appreciate everyone who's rolled through. Subscribe to the channel if you appreciate this video. It's probably gone well over 10 minutes at this point, but I'm going to cut it now. So yeah, subscribe, like. Oh yeah, check out my Twitter because I can't post links in the video description yet because I haven't got history on YouTube apparently. Didn't know that was a thing, but I guess it stopped spammers. So check out my Twitter. Check out, what else have I got to ask you guys? Check out my Twitter, check out my Patreon. Although I do feel like a bit of a beggar talking about Patreon, but better get it out there early so like just break the ice. Get me? I ain't looking to make games like for charity. You know what I mean? I'm looking to make real games and like hopefully not have to work full-time job and make games. You get me? So what else is there? Patreon, Twitter, and honestly I think that's it, guys. Yeah, man. So yeah, I appreciate everyone who's rolled through, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And we out. How do I start this video?